matter what you do, no matter what you say,
there's a happy smiling face that comes your way.
burn up deep inside with all the pain we're meant to hide.
And though at times we like to scream, it wouldn't want to keep on your dream.
Shakers came about because I'd recently been doing some work on the kind of restoration of Bouncers as a video, and enjoyed reliving that again, and then thinking, why don't we do Shakers?
Ed said, I'm doing Shakers and I need your help. And I said, yep, sure, whatever you need. And he said, well, I need a producer.
Simon and I have this kind of unwritten rule that if either of us are working on something, then the other one will help. That felt good.
I was paranoid throughout the process that I'd go down in history as player's worst producer. So if I've achieved anything of any success as a producer, it was out of fear of being accused of doing nothing.
Brilliant. Keep your hands off him, Juliet. I want him.
The auditions themselves, we got some really strong people turn up.
Sorry, Sarah, I'll come back in a moment. Hey, you're wicked. I think most all about to draw.
Everyone who auditioned was really good. Too good, in fact.
Anyone could have stepped in and played a part, and I was worrying by the end of that evening, thinking, I do not know how I'm going to cast this.
This music, chopping it. Fine, young candles. That's a bad, fine, young candles.
There were no weak links, and it really made the task harder to narrow it down. So we were lucky in a way that some of them were gracious enough to step back.
Like Lauren was very lovely of her, said, don't worry about casting me in it, but I'm here if you need me. And I'm just so grateful that people took that attitude towards it.
I know they're jealous of me. I don't blame them.
No one wants to stay here. 9 months. It's a long time.
What if I don't make any friends?
What if I get seasick or food poisoning?
Or get lost somewhere in a forest and have to live with a tribe of Eskimos and never come home again.
When Ella did Nikki's monologue, without her knowing it, I think she was the first to be cast.
She nailed it, and to the point where you were watching it going, well, that could just be how she does it on the night and it'd be perfect.
I'm excited as well though, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't forego the opportunity, it's a chance in a lifetime. Travel, freedom, celebrity.
We knew she was good from the pantomime, but we hadn't seen her in a more dramatic role. And I think her role in Shakers will rival her role as Plop, as, you know, one of the iconic roles of her career.
I mean, she is. Where? In that corner.
Oh, I wouldn't dare.
There's no idea. Trying to mini scare with a figure like that. She looks so right.
I've worked with Zoe on many productions, and I've always rated her natural talent. She is kind of effortless.
What happened?
Someone just tried to strangle me!
I think of all the casts, she's the one that we knew could do this. We just had to figure out where to put her. I think, as with all of them, she elevated the material to a level beyond what I thought it was capable of being.
Oi! Back off! We're shut! They're coming. I think they got the message.
So rude.
I've definitely got to go.
So Taylor, at this point, is like a veteran of players, having graduated from youth productions.
Charity and their names are? I think not.
But it was something that Simon said during it. He said, you can tell she really wants it, and it's true.
Right from that audition, she was experimenting with voices, with physicality.
Oh no, I want the pate. I must have the pate.
And I think she was very quick to key into the essence of the Godber style of performance.
With something like Shakers that is so consuming, you need actors like that.
Oh, I wish I'd put some legs on.
I wish I'd shaved my legs. I can't get these jeans on me.
What size are they?
A 14.
At the auditions, randomly, Lisa turned up. And we hadn't seen Lisa, I think, in 10 years, not since The Wizard of Oz.
Thank you for saving me from that evil Eva.
Oh, it was nothing. May I kiss your hand?
Why? Is my face dirty?
And it was lovely to see her again, and I found out that Taylor had asked if Lisa wanted to join her to audition for Shakers 10 minutes before they left. And Lisa turned up, and she was great.
She's fat. She's fat. Look at her. She's fat. She's very fat.
Lisa has such a natural energy that you kind of just have to point it in the right direction.
People with no legs.
Skinny legs, you mean?
And she just throws herself into the role.
It was one of the strongest auditions ever, I think.
Wait, what? Who's going on my seat to bed? I was rolling around a little mouse.
Lie down. As if
While that's happening, I think the curtains are probably going to be closed. Do you think that's probably a good idea? Try and think of some 10 jobs that you could be doing. It's the toughest gig I've ever had to do. Chloe hates it already. I asked Chloe, who had auditioned to be the assistant director. She was, especially early on, so useful in keeping track of the blocking, which I dislike doing. And it's just useful having someone that you can bounce stuff off.
I'm coming through. One smackball with chips.
Very continental.
Listen! Stop everything! Somebody in here has ordered seafood pasta. Now will you please tell me who it is?
Okay, so in the script it says Carol here.
Yes.
But I think I'm going to get Mark at the back of the hall to say, oh yeah, sorry, after all that kind of shouting out for the thing, and then finally someone's like, oh yeah, sorry, that was me.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like that.
Nice throw.
So sorry to take one of your lines there, Lisa.
Might as well write me out the bloody show.
It's not one of your lines.
Just got one more wrong.
In the initial rehearsals, I kind of made it clear that I wanted to collaborate with the cast and let it be their show as well.
There's a sing-along. Oh, go on then.
We need something smart. It's posh that set Shakers place, you know.
Now that's something I wouldn't mind.
What?
Working in a cocktail bar.
I think it's a testament to Ed, and the atmosphere that he created was that all of the cast felt that they could bring ideas to the table and start throwing themselves around and doing silly voices and not feel like, oh, is the director going to like this?
Darling, over here by the window. What a wonderful show.
Wonderful. They'll stay and chat for 2 hours and it's coffee and brandy till 1.
And we send a free bottle of bubbly to whoever's birthday is.
And whoever's working here then will be that cheap. The punters will think a fiver will get them a blowjob.
I'd do it for 20. I was joking. I wouldn't do it for 1,000.
Tonight?
Chloe, as well as being assistant director, was also honorary shaker, and essentially got that title because she would stand in for anyone that wasn't able to make the rehearsals.
I think it was always really valued by the cast to have Chloe there as a stand-in, as someone who knew the script really well. It meant that the other cast that was still there could continue to rehearse effectively.
Sounds to me like you were Yeah, I do.
It's a nice satchel.
Got it.
80s.
Does it look good?
Yes.
You should have worn this in Bouncers.
Can you get closer?
You don't necessarily need this tonight, or do you? Oh, that's right.
Marion was great. She offered so much of her time, her belongings, her house.
She was just there throughout and constantly being supportive, and she really became part of this little Shakers family that we'd made.
What do you think the highlights of the production so far have been?
I think watching my dreamboat put the lights up and make me coffee. There she is. What a dreamboat. Dreamboat!
She's smiling.
The king made me! Oh my god, what's that?
There was a real sense of goodwill during the pantomime, and I think that a lot of that was down to Lindsay and the atmosphere she created. And we knew it was sort of up to us to try and keep it going, but we had a lot of people coming forward and offering help. Lindsay especially. She was there just going, who's doing this? Has anyone thought about this? And it wasn't pushy, it wasn't intrusive, it was nothing but appreciated. And she was the first to sort of downplay her involvement in it, but honestly, we couldn't have done it without her. Lindsay.
This camera. Yes, Simon.
How you doing? How's the production going?
It's amazing. This is the first time I've actually seen it. And I haven't even seen it because
You're part
I'm filling in, man.
Yeah?
Assistant producer, General Dog's Body, and Adele. That's my role, you know.
I'd get home early and Emma would run in from school and we'll laugh and look at her paintings.
So the direction you get for the set from the script is that it's very basic. There's minimal props, it's just the bar and the stalls. I had it running through my head for a while. I didn't really know what I wanted until I suddenly got the concept of stringed lights.
I think Ed's decision to use the lighting in the way that he did makes it really unique. I've not seen players do that before.
I also wanted a Shakers sign, and when I kind of drew that in my design, I didn't know how we'd do that. So I kind of just handed that to Simon and said, it would be nice if the sign lit up. I left it with him and he came up with a cracking idea of using like an LED strip to go round it and then cutting out the font, and it just looked fantastic.
She's got the key to the door, she's never been 21 before.
One thing that I did talk about when we did the auditions was Simon and I have since had the idea of we'd quite like to do a video intro. So a bit like that. When we did Bouncers, we'd opened it up with a music video for the Bouncers rap.
Down at the disco is the place to be. The lights so bright like color TV.
The music is loud and the beer flows free.
It's a disco place for you and me.
And it was very popular, so it kind of lent itself to let's have some symmetry between the two shows. For this one, what we're going to do is like a promotional video, like a horrible local TV from the 80s promo video for this hypothetical club called Shakers.
We had to be careful this didn't use up too much rehearsal time, so we had to come up with a fairly concise way of filming this. So there was a lot of green screen stuff and a fairly limited shoot on the stage.
Okay, so you can go back down from there.
We wanted it to look like an old promotional video for this nightclub, you know, the kind of local TV advert that's produced on minimal budget. And we added vintage adverts at the start. And really this was to help the audience ease back into the 80s and familiarise themselves with the time period.
And I think in the end it came together really well. I think we're both really happy with the effect.
So
Come along to Shakers. We can't wait to meet you.
Good.
Oh wait, mind you, I like that balcony. Look at us over there. Oh, I wouldn't dare.
She's got no idea. China Lisa, a figure like that.
Oh, she looks alright.
I don't know what part of the documentary this is, but it's I'm looking forward to it.
There we go.
Yeah. Which one of them cocktails?
Which one do you fancy?
The most of your rights to me, no offense.
We're putting the lights up. Oh, we're putting the lights up. Hello, hello. Yeah, it's too late to come down here in person if you're watching this. Nick.
Mark is always good to have on set because if you have Mark's support, it's just like having a kind of warrior fighting your corner.
Simon Giginte Brusti, Simon Jofanahune. Like, come on. Yummy.
Nice fit. I don't know how to make this look professional.
So look, you're going to have to face it. He doesn't like you, right? He's got a girlfriend, and he doesn't like you.
One of the things that I think Ed did particularly well, that I don't think I could have done anywhere near as well as he did, is he's just put together a brilliant soundtrack.
I'm a big fan of 80s music, and it was very easy to volunteer myself for that job of finding the music.
His choice of music throughout the show is just so spot on. When the cues hit, they hit with this energy and this punch that's completely tonally correct.
You pay through the nose when your head's in a dream.
I even turn the bloody lights on, will you, you wee shite?
Does it look good though, our miming of tables
Yeah, it really
and
does.
the stuff?
And it looks really natural.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because we've not really discussed it, so I do kind of, in my
Yeah,
head,
yeah,
because he's just so aware of, like, this is utter bullshit.
I was cutting a lime today. I've never done that before. I was like, I'm going to start cutting a lime.
I've put a pint, and I've never poured a pint in my life. If I do it anyway, people are going to know me.
Ed had this way of kind of letting things unfold and then at the end of any given rehearsal just kind of deliver a few key points of feedback that would direct people in the way that he wanted them. And I think the cast really responded to that. I think that they felt like there was room to bring their own ideas, but everything on stage in the end product has been filtered through Ed's directorial vision. I've learned a lot watching him direct.
Ellie, you look so concerned.
I don't know my lines. I'll know them for next week.
For next week?
That's terrible. Direction is shocking.
The biggest challenge with this production is the lines, because there are so many.
Time is it? Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, sorry. You're going to have to tell that later. Sorry.
Time is it?
Time is it?
1:45.
Oh my gosh, the lines. It's all consuming.
What are your strategies for dealing with that?
Not have any conversations outside of my script.
for the next, until the show.
There's one where I have 8 lines in a row and I count them. So like the first line is, and she says to me, and I just know that one. But then like the 5th line is I suppose so, and an S is like a 5. And the 8th line is I'll kill, and K is like an 8.
Does it work?
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the lines starts and two of the lines start and. One of them is 4, which is like an A.
4 is like an A.
4 is like an A, and 7 is like an A as well, because it's like angular.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. You very loudly say, you've missed 3 pages. Isn't the most helpful thing in the world.
Because I just panic. I'd sit there and I'd do it and then I'd panic. So when is that line? That's right at the end. The thing is, because it's just so scripted, there is no room for manoeuvring like there has been with lots of other plays where it's easily covered up. Here it is literally dialogue. So that's scary. That adds an extra level of pressure, I think. There's nowhere to hide.
Oh, yes, I quite agree with Zoe. Everything she says, spot on.
Yeah, I know, I really missed the
We need to like run those bits. The same. I think it's the same scene to keep messing up on. So maybe at least we didn't get a chance.
I remember my line, impressed.
That was a big challenge for the cast, getting up to speed with their lines, and they would meet up and have their own little like line reading parties, and they would send selfies. And I love that kind of mentality of we're going to do this together and we're going to help each other.
The girls are great. Well, it's just been nice because I've actually got to know people that I didn't know before. With some of the other productions, I use the same people, but Chloe and Ella and Lisa as well. They're people that I never really had conversations with them. So, yeah, I've made some new friends.
There's a taste of class.
In a highball glass, cocktails on ice.
You want a lemon splash? Pina colada.
Or a vodka hula.
Tequila sunrise.
Looks exciting.
It looks great. But you pay for the nice when your head's in a dream.
And Trev.
Fine as nails.
They shot the bit.
How you feeling,
I
Taylor?
want a cocktail anyway.
You excited?
I think it's just at this point it's what will be big. We can only do so much.
You just got to enjoy it now.
It's meant to be fun.
Yeah.
And this is the part where it starts to be fun again.
Yeah, cheers. Welcome to the 80s.
You are more than welcome. I just thought I'd pop in and say hey. Let me know how it goes. I'm going to head off. So, this is it. Firstly, thank you all so much for all of this. I can't actually believe we're at the point now where we're going to do it. And it's exceeded my expectations of what it could be like. So, thank you very much. Just enjoy the evening. I know it's easy to say, and you're going to have that horrible 30 seconds before the curtains open where you just want to die. But once you get going, once you get going, I promise it's going to be a lot of fun, and the audience will laugh. If not, you'll hear me laugh. So take some time. So just enjoy it, and it's a dream come true.
Sorry, I thought you were going for the big finish there. I was.
Kind of lost its momentum.
I'm meant to be a fly on the wall.
Yes.
I'm invisible.
Yeah, literally more like an annoying fly coming towards my face.
I'm unintrusive.
You should make buzzing noises, it make it more realistic.
Should I do weddings?
I'm doing that tongue action.
But thank you very much. Break a leg.
Thank you.
I'll pop in and see you at half time. Remember, drink water, relax, enjoy. Adios. Right. Seriously, I'm ready. This is it.
The show is fantastic, honestly.
It's up there with one of the best things I've ever done. 100%. What about? No, it's better than Countess Australia.
Ooh.
YouTube
You take that knife out of it. Do you have any feedback?
Just keep it going.
That's really good. You were going to go on for it, actually. We're going to send you an edit. That was really witty.
It's the final show night, Ed. How are you feeling?
I'm upset, to be honest with you. It's come too soon. I would have liked to have done a whole tour with the cast. Alas, 2 shows it is, and it's over. The end.
Hey, babe. Hey.
How are you feeling?
Really good. It's the second night, man. It's gonna be fun. First night's the spooky one. Second night's just for the laughs.
It's still on.
It's like deja vu.
Pardon?
Oh, Taylor! Not everyone. I'll take just Taylor.
Check the
Oh,
cards
for
right.
me.
If it's exactly the same. So.
It does say my name.
This is awkward.
We were presented with gift bags from the cast, which I didn't see coming at all, really. I'd sort of forgotten that that was even really a tradition on some shows.
The best behind-the-scenes videographer we have ever had.
Taylor, brackets Adele. Thank you for reminding me.
It's been like 20 years. You might not remember.
I've never had anything like that before, so it was very nice to receive some really thoughtful gifts, including a framed programme that they'd signed, you know, which will be worth something someday because they will be famous.
Now, obviously, this is the sad part about players, is that you only do 2 shows. And just when you feel like you're getting it and could do 5 more, you might not feel like that, actually. But I always think it's a shame it's kind of 2 and done after all that work. But we got a chance to do it again, and I will be very sad when it's over because I've loved working with you.
Just across the board, it's just one of the strongest performances we've ever seen on that stage. And I can't really take that much credit for any of that. It's just a privilege to watch it.
No matter what you do, no matter what you say,
There's a happy smiling face that comes your way.
The reaction from the audience speaks for itself. And if ever there was a standing ovation that was very well earned, it was this one. So I'm just really grateful that they got to experience that and that their hard work paid off.
I have never experienced when a cast has come out of the back into the hall and got a second round of applause. It's absolute quality, and it just is a testament to them.
I think Shakers has been a triumph. I don't think I expected it to be as good as it is. I knew Ed could direct a play, I knew each of the cast members could deliver a great performance, but I did not know how good they'd all be together and how well it would work. But not only that, how positive the experience of putting this show on would be.
In a way, it's sad because I know this production team, this cast, this production, it will never happen again. And it'll never be like this again. But we'll always have it. Our little Shakers family. We'll always have Shakers.
It's our
What a good place to be. Don't believe it, oh no, 'cause it's never been happened for me. No, it's another night up with a boss, following footsteps overgone by moss, and he serves me good women growing trees, and if you catch them right, they will land upon the knees, where they open all the wallets and they close all the minds, and they love to buy you all a drink. And as we ask all the questions, and you take all your clothes up and back to the kitchen sink. What a good place to be. Don't believe